The rain had just started to fall when Daniel Carter noticed the little girl standing alone near the bus stop. It was the kind of rain that didn't pour all at once but soaked everything slowly, the kind that made people hurry home and forget to look around. Daniel would have missed her too if she hadn't been clutching a pink backpack that looked far too heavy for her small frame. He was already tired. His shift at the warehouse had run long, and his mind was full of the usual worries: rent due next week, groceries running low, and whether his 7-year-old son, Noah, had finished his homework before the babysitter left. Being a single dad meant his thoughts were always split in two, one half at work, the other half at home. The girl looked about 6 years old. Her hair was damp, dark curls sticking to her cheeks. She kept glancing up and down the street, her eyes wide with the kind of fear no child should ever have to feel. Daniel slowed his steps. "Hey," he said gently, keeping his distance. "Are you okay?" She shook her head, biting her lower lip. "I can't find my mom." Those words hit him harder than he expected. Noah had once gotten lost in a supermarket for less than 3 minutes, and Daniel still remembered the panic, the way his heart had nearly burst out of his chest. "Where did you last see her?" Daniel asked. The girl shrugged. "We were at the park. She was talking on the phone. I went to feed the ducks, and when I turned around, she was gone." Daniel looked around. The park was 2 blocks away. Night was coming fast. "Do you know her phone number?" he asked. She shook her head again. "I don't have a phone." Daniel sighed quietly. "All right. My name is Daniel. What's yours?" "Lily." "Okay, Lily, let's get you somewhere warm and safe, and we'll figure this out together." He led her to his car, carefully buckling her into the back seat. As he drove toward the nearby police station, Lily stared out the window in silence, her small hands gripping the straps of her backpack. At the station, the officers took Lily's information and began making calls. Daniel stayed, sitting on a hard plastic chair while Lily colored with crayons someone had given her. He wasn't sure why he stayed. Maybe because leaving felt wrong. An hour passed. Then to Mr. Carter, one of the officers said finally, "We haven't had any missing child reports that match her description yet. Sometimes parents panic and don't think to come here right away." Daniel nodded, but unease settled in his chest. "Can I take her home for the night?" he asked, surprising even himself. "I live close. I've got a kid too. She won't be alone." The officer studied him for a moment, then nodded. "Leave your contact details. If her family shows up, we'll call you immediately." That night, Lily sat at Daniel's small kitchen table, eating chicken nuggets across from Noah, who watched her with curious eyes. "She can sleep in my room," Noah offered. "I've got extra blankets." Daniel smiled, his chest tightening with pride. "That's kind of you, buddy." Later, as Daniel tucked Lily into bed, she whispered, "Thank you for not leaving me." "Of course," he said softly. "You're safe here." The next morning, Daniel woke early to make pancakes. The smell filled the apartment, and Lily padded into the kitchen wearing one of Noah's oversized hoodies. "I like pancakes," she said shyly. "Then it's your lucky day," Daniel replied. They were halfway through breakfast when a loud knock echoed through the apartment. Daniel opened the door to find 2 men in dark suits and a woman standing between them. The woman's eyes were red and swollen, her expensive coat damp from the rain outside. "Lily," she gasped, rushing forward. Lily froze for a split second before running into the woman's arms. "Mom." Daniel stepped back, stunned. The woman turned to him, tears streaming down her face. "You have no idea what you've done." "Thank you. Thank you so much." One of the men cleared his throat. "Ma'am, we should." "Just a moment," she said, holding up a hand. She looked at Daniel again. "I'm Victoria Hale." The name rang a distant bell, but Daniel couldn't place it. "I'm Lily's mother," she continued. "And I owe you an explanation." They sat at the kitchen table while the suited men waited near the door. Victoria clasped her hands tightly. "I lost Lily yesterday because of my own stupidity," she said. "I was distracted, arguing on the phone with my board. When I realized she was gone, I panicked. I called my security team first instead of the police. By the time I got to the station, you had already taken her home." Daniel frowned slightly. "Security team?" Victoria hesitated, then sighed. "I'm the CEO of Hale International." That was when it clicked. Hale International was everywhere: tech, real estate, energy. Daniel had once seen her on a magazine cover at the grocery store. "You're a billionaire," he said quietly. Victoria nodded, her expression heavy. "And that's where the shocking truth comes in." Daniel stiffened. "Lily isn't just lost," Victoria said. "She's been in danger for months." She explained how someone within her company had been leaking information, how there had been threats, subtle at first, then more direct. Lily had bodyguards normally, layers of protection. Yesterday was the first time Victoria had insisted on being alone with her daughter in public, desperate for a sense of normalcy. "I thought I could give her one normal afternoon," Victoria said, her voice breaking. "Instead, I almost lost her." Daniel looked at Lily, now sitting quietly beside Noah, sipping juice. "She could have been taken," Victoria whispered. "If you hadn't noticed her." "I didn't do anything special," Daniel said. "I just couldn't walk past." Victoria reached across the table, gripping his hand. "That's exactly what you did. You chose to care." Before she left, Victoria handed Daniel a business card. "If you ever need anything," she said, "call me." Anything at all. Days passed, then weeks. Daniel returned to his routine: work, bills, parenting. He assumed that was the end of it. Then one evening, his landlord called. "Daniel," the man said awkwardly, "there's been a mistake. According to my records, your rent is paid for the next year." Daniel laughed nervously. "That's not possible." "It is," the landlord insisted. "Someone transferred the full amount this morning." Daniel's phone buzzed moments later. An unknown number. "This is Victoria,"